Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Ireland Fitzer.
And I'm Stone Weber. We begin with breaking news we've been following all afternoon.
A suspicious package found outside of the very building where we broadcast, Gaylord Hall on Lindsay Street.
And we have team coverage of this event that evacuated all of us for around 2 hours. We start with OU Nightly's Emily Faith. Emily?
Yeah, thanks, Stone. Earlier today, a suspicious package found right here behind me at this statue in the Gaylord Hall courtyard. Take a look at how it all went down.
We apologize for those technical difficulties. We'll get a few more details about what happened in a moment. But first, just moments after the all clear was given, some Gaylord College students made a surprising discovery. Remnants of the suspicious package just thrown away by police in an ordinary garbage can right outside of Gaylord Hall. OU Nightly's Noah Mack is live outside Gaylord Hall with a look at exactly what was found. Noah?
Yeah, that's right. And before we get to the contents, I do want to say it may be disturbing to some viewers before we get down here. But this was the dumpster that we grabbed it out of right outside of Gaylord Hall. And if you want to pan down with me, I'll show you the contents of what we got out. This is a cinder block. It's got fake blood on it. This is what was in the box, and it looks to be rubble and some hair, and also what looks to be actual real meat with fake blood all over it. And it looks to be a representation of what's going on in Gaza, and obviously the individuals who did this trying to send a very strong message. Reporting live from campus, Noah Mack, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Noah. And after the all clear was issued, OU PD Public Information Officer Chase Brooks spoke with OU Nightly about the incident. But before we get to that, we're going to toss back out to Emily Faith to hear more about what was happening.
Thanks, Ireland. Like I said a little earlier, that package was found right here behind me at this statue that you can see in the courtyard of Gaylord Hall. Take a look at how the events proceeded throughout the day. Alarms signaling to students and faculty to evacuate Gaylord Hall were heard across campus as the Norman Police Department and the bomb squad investigated a suspicious package outside of the building. A package left with a sign in protest of the Israel-Hamas war was the item in question. A campus alert was sent to students around 1:30 p.m., telling them to avoid the area. The bomb squad arrived about 30 minutes later and sent in a robot to take x-rays of the package. While the investigation actively continued, students and faculty who needed to leave campus found that their new way home was through the campus sidewalks that had been cleared by the university. After a scary few hours, Norman PD found the item was not dangerous and gave the all clear. Thankfully, Norman PD did find that the package was not any threat to students, faculty, or anyone on campus, and did give that all clear. As we continue to get more updates on possibly what that package was or any more updates from Norman PD, we'll be sure to keep you covered. For now, Emily Faith, OU Nightly.
Thank you, Emily. Like I was saying before, after the all clear was issued, OU PD Public Information Officer Chase Brooks spoke with OU Nightly about the incident.
Take a listen to what he had to say.
We got a call about a suspicious package placed near a statue near Gaylord Hall. We had a couple officers come out and examine it, and I won't go into any details about the circumstance of the package, but an incident of suspicion that we found out partners at Norman PD have their bomb squad come out and take a look at it. They found no explosive devices.
OU PD says it wants to take every measure to make sure everyone was safe.
And Gaylord student Noah Bryan was near the building when OU PD began to investigate what they believed to be a suspicious package at the time.
We talked to him about how he worked with Gaylord leaders to get everyone out safely.
I was literally running through the hallways and everyone was eating lunch or they were enjoying the events in the building that day. And so the first two people I saw were two faculty members. I pulled them aside as to not cause panic and just told them, like, hey, you got to get everyone out. OUPD is telling us this, like, do not cause panic, but we have to get everyone out. And so it was before the fire alarm. And then by the time I made it up to the second floor for more offices, told faculty and staff, and then I got up to the 3rd floor and told faculty and staff that we have to get out.
And another OU student was in her history class when OU sent out the emergency call.
The class was then told to evacuate the building and to avoid Gaylord.
I found out in my history class that there was something going on. There was a package. OU sent an emergency call out to all of us that to avoid Gaylord, which is that building. And there was a sign I saw that said ignore this, like you ignore the genocide that's happening in Gaza right now.
How'd that make you feel on campus?
I'm really hoping this isn't a bomb or something negative like that, because this is a really important issue that we do need to be speaking up about and that we can't ignore. And so to have cops here and a bomb squad, I'm really nervous that this is gonna look bad for the people that are really struggling in Gaza right now. So I'm really hoping this brings awareness to that situation and people start speaking up about that.
The OU Student Coalition for Palestinian Liberation made a statement today on Instagram denying any responsibility for the suspicious package.
The organization has held previous walkouts and meetings, advocates and stands for peace in Palestine. They say they do not encourage anyone to make threats against any on-campus members. And we've gotten the all clear from OU police, but we're still waiting for more updates.
Right now, we're going to check in with OU Nightly meteorologist Drake Foley with our first look at the forecast. Drake.
Yeah, man, what's been a busy day around here on campus, at least the weather has not been that busy. We are seeing temperatures start to drop across the metro area, some 30s and some 40s. And as we take a statewide view, we actually see those temperatures even in the 30s out in the panhandle. And those are going to continue to drop throughout the night as we get colder. If you've been feeling some sniffles lately, it's because that tree pollen is very high right now, that cedar fever. So make sure to bring some allergy medication with you if you are starting to feel like you're sniffling a little bit. And coming up in Maine weather, we're going to be talking about a windy evening and a cold morning tomorrow with wind chills in the teens, and it's going to start feeling like spring next week. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Drake. And there's new information in the deadly Super Bowl parade shooting. Coming up, what police and prosecutors are saying tonight.
And coming up just into the newsroom, a decision has been reached in Donald Trump's New York civil fraud case. OU Nightly's Rachel Mosshammer has that and the rest of today's national headlines from the News Center.
Former President Donald Trump and his companies have been ordered to pay nearly $355 million in his New York civil fraud case. The judge also ruled Trump's sons to pay $4 million each after finding them viable for issuing false financial statements, falsifying business records, and conspiracy. Trump was barred from applying for loans from New York banks for the next 3 years. 2 teenagers have been charged in connection to the Kansas City parade shooting on Wednesday. Authorities say that the teens face gun-related and resisting arrest charges. The shooting left 1 woman dead and 20 others injured. Authorities say additional charges are expected as the Kansas City police continue their investigation. And singer Taylor Swift donated $100,000 to the family of the woman killed on Wednesday's shooting. Stone, Ireland.
Thanks, Rachel.
And coming up in weather, cooler temperatures heading our way this weekend. And a look at those allergy levels, all when OU Nightly returns.
And welcome back to OU Nightly. Right now, taking a look from our Weather Center camera, and it's beautiful outside right now. Temperatures around 44, and it feels like 35, and it's a bit cool outside, but those winds are driving those allergies right now. That cedar fever is going around like crazy, and those current temperatures right now across the state, we're seeing 30s and 40s, 50s towards the south, but it's going to start to cool down overnight. Right now, those feel like temps as well. Nowhere in 32 right now, but it is starting to get cooler like I was talking about earlier. Those wind gusts, though, those are kicking right now, 31 right now. And as we start to get into the nighttime, we still see those constant 20s to 10s until we get to about midday tomorrow where they finally drop off. And that's also going to bring those lows tonight into the 20s. We're looking at 19 out in Guyman and even out towards eastern Oklahoma, 28 McAllister, 27 Muskogee. So it's going to get cool there. And those wind chills that I was talking about, we're going to see those drop into into the teens. 19 in Norman, 19 Oklahoma City. It's going to be cool in the morning. Make sure to pack those jackets as you go outside tomorrow. Highs tomorrow in the 40s as that cold front pushes through. And looking at our precipitation, it's going to be dry in Norman going into the beginning of March. Out towards the west coast, though, there'll be a little bit more above normal. And we hope to see that precipitation start to move in after it gets dry because it's going to be above average temperatures. We're going to see temperatures near the 70s going into the beginning of March. So we need to make sure that we are keeping an eye out, and we might even have to start bringing that sunscreen out once those temperatures get closer to those 80s. But Saturday 40, 54 on Sunday, Monday 62, then Tuesday we finally hit that 70 mark before Wednesday we're actually going to hit 76, Thursday 66, and Friday 59. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Drake. And just to recap what we know about events earlier today, an emergency alert was sent out just after 1:30 p.m. this afternoon, warning those on campus about a suspicious package near Gaylord Hall. Gaylord was evacuated immediately, followed by the Gibbs College of Architecture, as police set up a perimeter.
The sign read, "Ignore this like you do genocide, 28,000 and counting. Silence is complicity." After about 2 hours, police found there to be no threat and an all clear was issued at 3:25 p.m. Students found remnants of the suspicious package in a dumpster outside of Gaylord College. There's no word on what police might have taken as evidence, and we'll keep you updated on our social media. And stay tuned, Big Friday Sports is next.
Hello and welcome back to Big Friday Sports. I'm Kaylee Carnine.
And I'm Kenzie Eiserman. We have a packed show for you today, so let's get started. Starting on the court, the 25th ranked Oklahoma Sooners host the 6th ranked Kansas Jayhawks tomorrow at 3. The Sooner star Rivaldo Suarez will be out for the KU matchup, and Oklahoma will honor men's basketball coach Billy Tubbs at the game. And the first 2,500 fans will receive the commemorative Billy Tubbs poster. Head coach Porter Moser shared what he didn't like, what he saw against Baylor.
I don't think we shot it well at all. We were 7 for 21 and, 1 for 5, 1 for 4, 1 for 4, 1 for 3, because to spread out the zone. But yeah, they played it well. They played a lot of it. And for us, we've been really good against the zone all year. And I know John Hughley's a guy that's, a really outstanding passer for a big.
And OU women's basketball hits the road to take on 24th ranked West Virginia tomorrow. After a home win against another ranked team, OU Nightly's Melina Samir has a report from the win over the 21st ranked Baylor this weekend.
It was a top 25 showdown in Norman Wednesday night as number 23 Oklahoma welcomed number 21 Baylor into the Lloyd Noble Center. While defensive struggles and fouls plagued the Sooners throughout the game, it was Kirsten Johnson who poked the Bears and put up 20 points on the night, leading the Sooners to a victory of 84-73. It was the KJ show as the sophomore came off the bench scorching hot. This clutch layup was one of many as she notched a new career high in points, as well as 5 boards, 4 dimes, and 3 blocks. Johnson says that her team's connection off the court makes a difference in their playmaking.
We've gotten a lot closer around this time, we do things together, we talk about different things, and I think we understand each other now. And to this point, you be with someone so long, you get to know their mannerisms, what they do, how they act, how they respond. So I think that's just really us, and we're not fake about it. We're gonna tell each other what's real because we want the best for each other. So I think that's what we do just to make each other better.
Not only was it a big night for number 5, it was also the program's 18th annual Pink Out Game, honoring cancer survivors and fighters. Head coach Jenny Baranchek says that nights like this mean more than the game of basketball.
But when you actually see these women, it gives you an incredible perspective. But the most amazing thing is we're going to continue to do everything that we can for and with this community. So this one was definitely for all of them today.
The Sooners have now clinched their 9th straight win and are 12-1 in Big 12 play. Reporting from the Lloyd Noble Center, Melina Samir, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Melina. Now on to the mound. Top-ranked OU softball is on the road at the Cowgirl Challenge this weekend to play a 5-game slate in Lake Charles. The ladies are 4-0 currently on their season, improving their NCAA record win streak to 57 games. Freshman Cassidy Pickering shared the special moment of hitting a grand slam in her first collegiate at-bat.
I wouldn't say I was nervous. We prepared for this at bat, and we watched so much film on the pitcher that it was just another live AB. So I just went into it. Kinsey helped me throughout my at-bat. She said something to me on second base that really made me keep my composure. I took first pitch strike, then 2 balls, and I just had to reset myself, take a breath, and she said something to me. Yeah. I heard her voice and I was like, all right, let's go.
Today, OU baseball looks to dazzle on the diamond on opening day in the Shriners Children's College Showdown in Arlington. Starting at 3, Sooner baseball looks to send the Oregon Ducks into migration. This is only the second time these teams have squared off. The Ducks flying high with a win in 2012. Skip Johnson and the squad are coming out swinging this season, with coach confident about the depth of his team.
Getting them reps to do it, that's a little different animal. I mean, you gotta really hey man, you're gonna play second today and you're gonna play outfield tomorrow. Just trying to get them enough reps so when they go into it, if somebody goes down, the depth of our defense is really a lot better and a lot healthier right now than it has been in the past.
Flipping over to the mat, #1 OU women's gymnastics heads south of the Red River for the annual Metroplex Challenge this Saturday at 7:15 p.m. Last Friday night, the Sooners had a season high of 198.450 and are looking to add on to that, but on the road. The meet features the Sooners, #2 Cal, #16 Arkansas, and #29 Washington.
And from the #1 women's gymnastics team to the #1 men's squad, OU men's gymnastics has their eye on Iowa. They travel to take on Simpson College, an NCAA Division I newcomer, tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Watch out for junior Emery Donley and sophomore Ignacio Yockers. They rank first nationally in floor exercises in pommel horse, respectively.
Now racing to the finish line, OU track and field team concludes their regular season today at the Arkansas qualifier. The field events began at 12:30 p.m. and the running events started at 2. 14 Sooners are competing at the meet and 8 of them are currently sitting at top 16 nationally.
Coming up on Big Friday Sports, we're talking about some big hoopers shaking up the game,
including one ball hawk on the hardwood and how he's keeping the talented in the Sooner state.
Welcome back to Big Friday Sports. Now, we've talked about current Sooners, but now it's time to talk former and even some future Sooners.
That's right. There's only one Oklahoma, and there's one new OU signee who continues to dominate the state. OU Nightly sports reporter Kaylee Jo Hummel sat down one-on-one with the soon-to-be Sooner.
It's a sound and a gym he's known his entire life.
My dad was a girls' high school basketball coach here. And so all growing up, after school, we'd come, me and my brothers, we'd come to his practices. So I just basically grew up in the game and grew to love it.
A love soon to set sail at the Lloyd Noble Center for Dayton Forsyth, the senior guard out of Dale High School.
I'm super excited. I grew up dreaming about being out there, being a Sooner. I grew up going to games for my birthdays. That was my birthday trips that I went on with my family.
When making his final decision, it was OU head basketball coach Porter Mosier who was the X that marked the spot.
It's something that I want to play for. It's something I want to be around. You can say it was Coach Mosier that basically made my decision for me, being around him, getting a really close connection with him.
He's like buried treasure for the Sooners, a 3-star and the #1 recruit in the state for 2024. But he doesn't steer the ship alone.
It shows that all your hard work that you've put in over your life, it's paying off. That's basically what that is. It's not just me. I wouldn't be where I am without my teammates or coaches. Obviously, I have my actual brother, but all the rest of them are all my brothers too.
I grew up playing with all these guys, Dayton. I watched his evolution, kinda. He puts in work every day. I'm just proud of him. I'm glad to see he's going to OU.
The Pirate averaged 17 points per game his junior year, but he's not ready to walk the plank or the graduation stage quite just yet. For him, there's still some unfinished business.
We're ready. We're staying focused. I don't think we're going to have any letdowns. We're really locked in. We want the three-peat because it's our last go-around. It's the last time that I'll get to play with my brother, with all my brothers out here. So I'm enjoying every last second of it.
Forsyth led the Pirates to their first ever state title in 2021 and again in 2022. These are the memories he treasures the most.
Our first state championship was really special because because we've been growing up, we dreamed about it. We grew up all playing on the same team.
The tale he wants to leave behind? Small town can still mean big game.
Being from a small school, it's not a knock. There's some really good players out there, and even being from a small school, you can do big things.
Reporting from Dale, Kaylee Jo Hommel, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Kaylee Jo. Now, that's a Oklahoma high school star, and today a couple of OKC Thunder stars are looking to shine this NBA All-Star weekend. The stars are aligning, and Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, and Cason Wallace play tonight at 8 in the NBA Rising Stars game. Wallace and Holmgren are both rookies, while Williams competed in this event last year in Salt Lake City.
And then this Sunday, the court continues to shine as the Eastern Conference plays the West in the annual NBA All-Stars game. OKC Thunder's shooting star, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, continues to build his case and make a wish for an MVP this season. SGA will start for the West. He's averaging 31 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists a game. From the Oklahoma Sooners to the Atlanta Hawks, one OU basketball alumni may be graduating to another team. Trae Young trade speculations are soaring, with the LA Lakers and former teammate Austin Reeves rumored to be his next target, according to The Athletic. Young is averaging 26 points and 10 assists a game, and this is just Young's third All-Star game appearance.
A Iowa icon, Caitlin Clark, made a statement last night versus Michigan. She not only had a career high of 49 points, breaking the Iowa women's basketball program record for points in a game, but more importantly, broke the NCAA women's all-time scoring record.
Thanks so much for watching Big Friday Sports. I'm Kaylee Carnine.
And I'm Kenzie Eiserman. We'll see you next week right here, same time, same place. Have a fun and safe sports-filled weekend.